morning, everybody. I'm not really sure why, but I just stayed up really late. But I'm just glad to be here. I had to get some alone time so I could sit by myself. And I had to preach His word of God, before I went to bed. So we just gonna hop right into this. This is such a an issue, a worldwide issue in developed countries, right? Not undeveloped countries, developed countries, because we have time to waste, right? Undeveloped countries have so much poverty that the only thing you have is that person, that spouse, and your children. If you don't have children, you have your spouse. So I'm in America. We're in America, and most likely you're in the United States if you're watching this video. So I just feel like one of the most common issues that need to be solved is how to address your spouse when they're being annoying or unpleasant. So we're just gonna hop right into this and go to Matthew 19. Believe it or not, the book, the Bible, it has all the answers you need. It can answer any question that you have in your head. That's what it's here for. It's not here to be mocked and put to the side. It's not here to be, it's not here to collect dust. And people think because it's a book that it doesn't have all the answers. But this book is special. So we have to keep that in mind. I believe God wrote this book through the hand of the prophets. So if you believe that, you believe that they wrote all the necessary answers you need to navigate through life. Sorry about that. Matthew 19, verse 3. The Pharisees also came unto him, tempting him, saying unto him, Is it lawful for a man to put away his wife for every cause? Now, putting away, that is not divorce. Putting away means you're taking your wife, right? Like they said, putting away your wife, right? Meaning you're keeping her out of public, you're keeping her identity concealed from people so as not to be embarrassed about something she did you didn't like. Back then, people put away their wives in the Old Testament, and then Moses consulted God, and he came up with divorcement. He invented the bill of divorcement. And so it is a sin to get divorced. And this is why men put their wives away for so long. And a lot of the Muslim men still do this and things like that. A lot of Hebrews still do this. But continuing, verse 4. So they're asking him, is it lawful for a man to put away his wife for every cause? Verse 4. And he answered and said unto them, Have ye not read that he which made them at the beginning made them male and female, and said, For this cause shall a man leave his father and mother, and shall cleave to his wife, and they twain shall be one flesh. That's still the question, right? Did he make them one flesh? Yes, he did. You go to Genesis, right? And it's technically repeated twice. It's technically repeated twice, because Genesis 1 and Genesis 2 speak about the creation of mankind, and he separated man into male and female, right? Because it was mankind, and he separated mankind or man into male and female. So he made one being two of one mind. So that's why they were cursed, because they had separate mindsets. Eve got deceived by Satan, and she brought that corrupted mindset to Adam instead of listening to Adam's advice. And Adam did not give her enough discipline as to, saying, I don't want to hear that conversation that serpent brought to you. So they did not have a unified mindset, and they did not stay under the hedge of God, and Eve did not stay under the covenant that Adam had over her. So he was her head. Verse 6. By the way, this is Jesus answering the Pharisees, okay? So verse 6. Wherefore there are no more twain, but one flesh. What therefore God had joined together, let no man put asunder. So if you are married, you have to do everything you can to stay together, because the law of God says you are one flesh. So one flesh cannot be in two separate parts, two separate houses, having two sets of kids and all that. You are seriously breaking the commandment of God and making God very, very angry if you have separate households, disagreeing on things that you don't need to be disagreeing on, having separate children, and all this stuff. You are really, really disobeying God, and that's why your life is chaotic. You understand? They say unto him, verse 7, they say unto him, why did Moses then command to give a writing of divorcement and to put her away? And he said unto them, Moses, because of your hardness of your hearts, suffered you to put away your wives, but from the beginning it was not so. I say unto you, whosoever shall put away his wife, except it be for fornication, and shall marry another, committeth adultery. And whoso marrieth her which is put away doth commit adultery. So, okay, maybe I made a mistake. It appears that Jesus is saying that putting your wife away is divorcement, but still we have to consider the cultural lines, right? Divorcement wasn't a thing until Moses created it. So you had putting away your wife, and you had actually giving your wife away back to her parents, or allowing your brother or a close friend to marry her. So there's a slight difference. Everybody keep that in mind. 1 Thessalonians 5 and verse 17. The paper's flinging everywhere. First Thessalonians 5 and verse 17. Wow, that's short. Pray without ceasing. That's the solution. If you're a married couple, or not even married, but you're just trying to become that, pray without ceasing. Do whatever you can, including pray, to stay together and make things prosper. That's what you do if your spouse is annoying or unpleasant. You have a good night.